Hello everyone in the community, welcome to this new tutorial. Today we're going to navigate the WordPress panel and I'm going to explain all the options you see on the screen. We're going to look at posts, images, pages, comments, appearance, and more. This video covers all options. Need affordable hosting? Check us below. Plans start at $5 per month. Use the discount coupon for a free month. Sign up and apply the coupon. Let's proceed. Log into WordPress. Our site is on subdomain beta skywp newly installed 4. If you want to try any of our plans, you will see a 1-month discount coupon below in the description on the screen. Simply click on this little button to sign up for it, and at the end, a section will appear where you can apply the discount coupon. Simply copy and paste the coupon there to get it completely free for the first month. Alright, let's continue with the video. The first thing we're going to do is log into our WordPress panel. Here on the screen, as you can see, we're on our website. Well, this WordPress is installed on a subdomain called beta skywp2. In this part, you can see how our website looks. It's a site that we just installed, just for the example. The first thing we're going to see when we log into our panel is this right here. We're welcome to WordPress. Well, we're using version 6 hours, 7 minutes, and 1 second. Here we can get a quick overview. We can see how many articles we've published, comments, how many pages we have, what theme we're using, the WordPress version we're on, and so on. We can see all these options here on the dashboard. Then we have an updates section. Here we will be able to see, for example, the version we are using in case we want to reinstall our WordPress. Here we have a little button. Next, we have a section to automatically update plugins. You just check this box and click where it says update. You can also update them directly from here where it says plugins. Basically, you'll have a list of all the plugins and themes you're using. Then, on the left side where it says posts, this is where you'll write all your articles. For example, you can click where it says add a new post. I'm going to open that in a new tab. And here you can start writing. So I'm going to close this. Here you'll put a title, and down below you can add the content of the article. Just wagging out. On the left side we have this little button with a plus sign, and here you'll see all the blocks you can use. For example, you can add a title, a paragraph, a list, or even code. You have a ton of blocks to choose from. If you want to add an image or a video, you can do all that here. Here on the right side, you can customize that block a little bit. For example, in this case, it is text. If you shape this text here on the right side, as you can see here in the blog tab, here we will be able to change the color of the text, the background, the typography, etc. Here, you can basically customize everything. Here we're using the Gutenberg editor, which is the default editor that comes with WordPress. Once you finish writing your article, on the right side, there's a little button to publish it, or you can also save it as a draft so you can edit it later and then publish it. So once you're done, you just publish it. Now let's close this here. We'll close it. The next thing we can do is create categories. If you want to, for example, segment or organize all your articles, you can start creating categories and tags. For example, here as you can see, by default this article has been assigned to the category, well, uncategorized. Here you can see the whole list. Next, we have the media option. Here in media, you'll upload all the images or videos you want to show on your website. You just click here and you can drag and drop all those images to upload them. Then you have the pages section. What's the difference between a post and a page? Basically, a post is for the articles you're going to publish. If you have a blog, then all those articles will be published here. If you want to customize your homepage, if you want to create your contact page, maybe create your About Us page, privacy policy page, etc. You'll create all those pages here in the pages section. So basically, you press here to add a new page. It's pretty much the same. It opens the Gutenberg editor. In this case, as you can see, we already have preset designs that you can use. So you can select one of them or just create it from scratch. It's pretty much the same as creating a post. On the left side, you have the blocks. You just add them and build your page. Later on, in the upcoming videos, I'm going to show you how to use Elementor, which is one of the best builders for designing websites in WordPress. It's really easy to use. You just drag and drop to create your website. Right now, we're using Gutenberg, and it's pretty much like this. Now let's close this. We close it. Then below, we have the comments option. Here in comments, we can see the entire list of comments that people make on our posts. Here in posts, all the comments will appear, and you can disapprove them, reply, edit, mark them as spam, send them to the trash, etc. Here's where the list will show up. Next, we have the appearance option. This is where we can customize our theme a bit. For example, if you want to install a super professional design, this is where you can do it. Here we have 3 default themes that came with our WordPress installation. So you can choose any of these 3 or click here to add a new theme. Once you click, it will open the WordPress repository and you'll see a ton of themes you can install. Most of them are really nice, as you can see on the screen. It's just a matter of finding one that fits your business. Once you've identified it, click the button to install it and then click again to activate it. If you bought your theme on another platform, click here to upload the theme. You will click and upload the zip file here, install it, and activate it. Now, the next thing we're going to do is go to the plugins section. We'll click here, and as you can see, you have all the plugins you've installed in your WordPress. In this case, I've installed Elementor, but I haven't activated it yet. I've also installed this plugin here, but I haven't activated it either. So if you want to add a new plugin, you'll click here. It will open the WordPress repository again with a list of plugins you can find. In this case, on the right side, you'll search for the plugin. For example, if you want to install an SEO plugin, I'd recommend Rank Math. Just search for it like this, and it will start searching automatically. Here we have that plugin. To install it, it's pretty simple. Just click here to install it, and it will start installing the plugin. Once it's installed, click here to activate it, depending on your needs or the functions you want on your website. Just search for it here and see if you find something you like and install it. Check users, view roles like admin, editor. List shows usernames, emails, roles. I have admin rights. Add user, click fill details, set password, choose role, view profile. Click profile to adjust settings. Here you'll see the entire list with the username, email, and role. This is really important because it greatly affects the permissions that user has. In this case, I have admin permissions, as you can see. Now, to create a new user, you just click this button, and here you'll fill out all this information. You'll enter their username, email, first name, last name, website, and here you'll set a password. You can check or uncheck this box. And finally, you'll choose the role. We have all these default roles. For example, if you want that person to just register but not have access to any functions in your panel, you'd set them as a subscriber. If you want that person to help you create posts for your blog, you can set them as a contributor. If you want them to have the author role, which is similar to contributor, but their posts get published automatically, you can do that. If you want them to be an editor, that's basically all the previous options, but they'll also have some settings in certain plugins and might be able to edit content from other authors, etc. And finally, we have the admin role, which basically has access to everything. So here you can choose based on these roles and click here to add the user. Now, if you want to see your profile, click here on profile. I'm going to click here, and here you can start configuring things like changing the site language, whether or not to show the toolbar, or if you want to change your first name, last name, or username. Here, you can also change your password. Here, you can also change your password. These settings. Then here, for example, in Tools, we're going to be able to see all these options. For example, if you want to import or export, if you want to check the site health to see how your WordPress is doing, or if you want to check your server information, you can do that here. Here, for example, we can see that our web server is light speed. The version of PHP we're using is 8.1. Here we have all this information. Then, a little further down, where it says Settings or Configurations, we're going to click. We're going to be able to change the title of our site, the description, add a favicon, and we can change the URL. I wouldn't recommend changing this because you might run into a problem with your WordPress. Here we can change the admin email, and we can check this option to allow registrations if we decide to. Here we can choose what role we want to assign to those new users. We can change the language of our site and also customize the time. We can change the time here. A little further down, we have the format. We can choose the date format and the time format. Here we have these options. Then we also have these options over here. We have here where it says reading, This part is important because here we can customize which homepage we want to show when users enter our main domain. Remember, we mentioned that here in Pages, you can create the homepage, the About Us page, the contact page, etc. Well, the homepage that we create, we're going to be able to choose it here. So if we want that homepage to show up when they enter our main domain, then here in homepage, we would choose our homepage, and here we would select our page for our articles. For our blog, here we can see how many posts we want to show. In case, for example, our website is under maintenance and we don't want Google to index it, we can check this box to block it. And that way Google wouldn't index our site. So here we can check or uncheck this option. Then, well, we have the discussion option for comments. Here we can start checking these options. Then we have the media option. If we click here, we'll be able to manage the dimensions of our images. For small, medium, or large images, here we have these options. I would recommend leaving it as default. Next, we have the permalinks. Here, for example, if we check this option, basically when we make any adjustments, our file will be reset here. Taxus. This is a technical term, so recommend checking this option for post name. Check this option and click here to save the changes. Choose if you want your URL to show the date. From experience, I recommend checking this option and saving changes. Once you save, your Taxus file will be reset. Next, we'll see installing plugins, configuring them, and installing a theme to enhance our website. For example, logging into WordPress at Obstaculos. Notice this different WordPress. This panel has more options. This other panel has Astra, WooCommerce, Paid, Products, Analytics, Marketing, etc. Let's visualize this website. This looks nicer. It's an e-commerce site. This default template looks much nicer. It depends on resources for a professional design. I'll explain in upcoming tutorials, so subscribe. That's all for this video. See you next time. All these options have appeared because I've installed more plugins. I'm also using the Astra theme here. I want you to see how this website looks. Let's check it out. This looks a bit nicer. Basically, it would be an e-commerce site. This is the default template I installed that looks much better than this site over here. So it really depends on all the resources you use to give your website a professional design. I'll explain all that in the upcoming tutorials, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. That would be all for this video. See you in the next tutorial.